Hello and welcome to Technology and Society. We're in week 8 and Let There Be Light. Trying to be a little funny on my titles here, but here we are. I was originally just going to talk about electricity, but as I was going through it, it really turned into a discussion about power. Now, of course, we're talking about energy and the mechanizations and how we evolved over time, capturing ways to maximize the efficiency beyond our muscle power and animal power, and technology playing an incredible role in harnessing nature's powers in order for us to create things, to move things, to till the earth, to do all of these amazing things that we have in our modern world. So I hope you enjoy that material, kind of go through some history, go into some, the controversy of AC and DC, not the band. The band has no controversy. It's a great band. But understanding some of those early technologies, but really kind of getting into that last section in the chapter where I get into where this stuff is really meeting the road. All of these technologies really being so integrated into our lives, particularly as technology has now become portable and in some cases wearable. Let alone, what's coming up where we might have it inside of us, technology inside of us, those kind of things. So we're left with 2 discussions and 1 quiz. Now, in the first discussion, I ask you to consider what would happen if we did not have power. What would that be like? And it's maybe kind of a discussion that touches on how would you get things done, but then how would it change you? Like maybe you have tons of friends that live far away. And if all the power went out, it would be the ways in which you communicate with those individuals to remain in touch with them would resort to older technology that's not depending on that. And so therefore, how would that change your identity? How would that change who you are? And it kind of gets into what's some of the stuff that's in the quiz. In Chapter 7, Discussion B, I asked the big question. Do we go too far sometimes? What is the ethics of this? Where is technology? And what I would like you to consider here is to not so much speculate about future technology, but maybe to look at technology it is right now with both of its benefits and risks associated with it. And that decision that we make to invent things and then the consequences that sort of lay out from that. Most inventors actually think pretty deeply about the moral and ethical consequences of their inventions. But progress has a way of continuing and moving, and it's hard to stop that progress because, in essence, if it's not me, it'll be somebody else that comes out of it. And it's almost impossible to go back. Just try digging out an old computer and trying to use that after you've been on a new one for a while, and you realize, wow, it'll have I have a very old computer that's still working, and it has sort of a nostalgic quality to it, but it's way too slow. It's just not fast enough for me to be satisfied with that particular tool. Okay, so those are our 2 discussions. The next one kind of related to how the power goes out and how that would change your life. But now I'm asking you, the first question is, how does technology define who you are? How does it affect your identity, your social sense of yourself? And then kind of a little twist on that is, how does that list of technologies, and essentially thinking that most of the people that are taking this class were probably raised in the richest country in the world here, or you're living in it at least right now. How does having this contribute to the concept of ethnocentricity. Look up ethnocentricity. Make that relationship with technology and how that's part of our culture and our expectations that people have that makes them more like me. How does that affect our view of those who don't or maybe choose not to have that? How does that affect my sense of ethnocentricity? We have communities, for example, here in Skowhegan, that do not use automobiles. They use a horse and a cart. The Amish community that's here in Skowhegan. How does that willful removal from participating in that piece of technology affect my sense of who I am compared to those individuals? Now, of course, there's the socially desirable way of like a person's a person, but thinking deeply about how does this affect the way we feel in comparison to other people when we have all of these technologies? And so I'll let that question sit, and maybe there's going to be, there's going to be lots of diversity in terms of the answers here. Some of you, I believe, I've got this sense that some of you might be closer to living off the grid, I say. You might be more inclined toward that and less technologically embedded. So it'd be interesting to get that. I should be able to see that in Chapter 7 Discussion A, what's going to happen if the power goes out, and I should see it also within this second question in the quiz, seeing a reflection of your particular values about your relationship with technology. All right, so that's it for this week. Hope you enjoy the material, and I will see you in the discussions. Have a great week.